Tropical Storm Dorian exactly is barreling toward Puerto Rico, and islanders now expect a direct hit. Forecasters say the storm is gaining strength before its likely landfall there later today. Authorities say it could bring landslides, life-threatening flooding, and power outages, too.
The latest data says Dorian is also on track to hit the Bahamas and Florida later this week as a possible Category 2 hurricane. President Trump has already declared an emergency in Puerto Rico. And our lead national correspondent, David Begnaud, is in Ponce, Puerto Rico, which was ravaged by Hurricane Maria just 2 years ago. David, there you are. Good morning. In the thick of it again. What are the weather conditions there right now?
Beautiful. You wouldn't know anything is coming, Tony. Overnight, the storm strengthens slightly, now 60 miles per hour, and the path of the storm has kind of moved north. So the metro area of San Juan, where the majority of people live, they look like they're going to get a direct hit. Listen, if you're sitting at home this morning saying, David, don't overblow it, talking about a direct hit with a tropical storm, please be mindful of this. You're talking about a tropical storm heading to a very vulnerable island with a weak grid that collapsed after Hurricane Maria and is still being rebuilt right now. The fear that this could be disastrous is why the federal government has sent 500 employees here in addition to the 3,000 they already have. It's why the local government has told people gather 10 days of supplies. It's why people who are still reeling from Hurricane Maria are very worried about Dorian. As Tropical Storm Dorian takes aim at Puerto Rico, people here are still recovering from the devastation of Hurricane Maria, and that was 2 years ago. So that's why now they are preparing for the worst.
The island is not pretty anymore.
Some people who don't trust the government's preparations have decided to leave.
I'm so insecure here with the power, the food, the security. So I'm leaving.
Most people are staying. We went to FEMA to find out how ready they are. What gives you confidence that you're better prepared now?
I think, first of all, the amount of supplies we have.
2 years after Hurricane Maria, 30,000 homes are still covered with blue tarps, and about 1,000 roads remain impassable around the island.
If you look around just at this warehouse, and now we have 5 where we used to have 1, there's probably 10 times the commodities on the island that were here pre-Maria. So we've spent the last 2 years learning some lessons and making sure that we're much better prepared.
Yesterday, President Trump claimed that Congress approved $92 billion in aid for Puerto Rico after Maria's devastation. That's not true. Congress has only allocated roughly $43 billion. Less than $14 billion of that has actually gotten to the island.
Well, learning from what went wrong.
The CEO of the island's power company, Jose Ortiz, made a bold prediction last night. He said if the entire island were to lose power in a worst-case scenario, he predicts he could have the lights back on in 2 weeks.
We have to restore as quick as possible. It's not acceptable what happened the last time that many people wait for 11 months to get power back. Imagine if it was your family. So it's going to be different.
That's a tall prediction from Mr. Ortiz. We'll have to see what happens. Listen, after Hurricane Maria, the communications grid collapsed. Nobody could talk to anybody. So FEMA's brought in 100 satellite phones that they want to give to every mayor on the island. But if you were watching the CBS Evening News last night, we told you that the phones hadn't been activated. And we were less than 24 hours from landfall. This morning, FEMA says they're activated, and they are going to hand one out to every single mayor today. Adriana, they don't have much time. We're talking less than 15 hours. We should start feeling the effects of the storm.
Not much time at all. David Begnaud in Puerto Rico, thank you.